Hello and welcome back to Rams Revealed, presented by Sleep Number, the Rams sleep and wellness partner. Back from the bye, I'm JB Long, and our guest is a 23-year-old rookie center for your Los Angeles Rams, Beaux Limmer, making his first appearance. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. How was your bye week?
It was great. Had some family come by and stayed a couple nights with me. Went to a couple different places around LA and just try to enjoy every second of it.
What kind of family are we talking about?
Mom, dad, aunt, and uncle. Aunt and uncle came all the way out from Charlotte. Aunt's a big Green Bay Packers fan, so she had to come to that game. It's hard for her to root against them, but she did. She wore my jersey, so that was a bonus. And then, yeah, Mom and Dad come out to every home game, so they're out here too.
Great. So some of them sticking around for Week 7 as you get back to SoFi Stadium, a little 2-game and 5-day stretch.
Yeah, Mom and Dad will be back, and they'll stay the week for the Thursday night game coming up after that. So
great.
Yeah.
All right, so you and the Rams fresh off a little bonus Monday practice today, I understand. What's the mindset of the locker room as you look to climb out of this 1-4 deficit?
Yeah, just cleaning up mistakes, both sides of the ball, especially offensively. Just the little mental errors that might happen to play here, play there. Just cleaning those up and putting on film that, you know, we put on film that we can when we do what we're supposed to do, that we're really efficient, and it's just a matter of getting all 11 guys on the same page at the same time. So
before you came in, I was actually just talking with Sean McVay about the challenge you faced through a month and change in this season, like thrown in as a first-time starter and a complex offense as a rookie, learning multiple positions, right?
Yep.
And starting out a couple. Does it feel like drinking through that proverbial fire hose?
Yeah. A little bit. You know, I had an opportunity to practice with the ones and get a lot of good reps in the preseason with those preseason games, and then even in those practices with Houston and Dallas, I got a couple reps with the ones there. So getting to good feel with playing with Matthew and K-Dot and Jonah and Logan and those guys. So getting thrown in there week 1 was obviously it was very surreal and very nerve-wracking. But after that first play, it was kind of just like a normal practice.
Those are two pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
They give you some complex looks. Did that blow your hair back a little bit, seeing the Texans and Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but, you know, Matthew knows absolutely everything about the offense and absolutely everything about any defense that's out there. So if I ever make a mistake or make a wrong call, then Matthew hears it, and he's going to correct me right away. So
all right, so you got a little veteran cheat code there with you?
Yeah, cheat code. Yeah.
How's that partnership going?
It's going great. I mean, he's really helped me out. Like I said, making calls whenever I mess up. And when I do, you know, he's super supportive. Make sure he comes over there and talks me through, you know, what happened, what's going on, why we're doing what we're doing. And so, yeah, he's been great. He's been a great help.
But for those who've never tried it and never will, like me, learning Sean McVay's offense is like what? Can you compare it to anything else you've experienced in life?
No, absolutely not. Coming from college, you know, it's a formation and then the play, but here it's, you know, formation, X, Y, Z receiver, what they're doing. Okay, now we're telling the O-line what to do. Now, if we don't do this and we're canning to this play. So it's just way more words in the huddle than I've ever I don't know how Matthew keeps up with it, but he does. He's an expert. I just try to listen for my call and get my assignment done. So.
What was the hardest course or like the hardest final you ever took academically? Does one stand out to you?
Probably like macroeconomics.
All right, so the macro final or like the week 3 game plan for the Los Angeles Rams? What was the tougher study?
I'd say macro probably, just because I study a little bit more here than I did in macro.
Okay, so you're a better football student than maybe you were at Arkansas.
Yeah, for sure.
I see. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Who have you leaned on, you know, like friends, teammates in this facility as you acclimate to life in the NFL?
Really, the person that sticks out in my mind is Jonah Jackson. You know, he's I guess going on 5-year vet now, and just getting a chance to hang out with him even outside of football and spending time with him, getting to go over to his house, hang out at the pool, and even just going to dinners, things like that. He's kind of really taken me under his wing, I feel like, and you know, now that he's injured, he's on the sideline helping me out. Every time I come off the sideline, he's talking to me about different things that are going on during the game. So somebody that really sticks out to me is Jonah.
Which is wild because you're in there because he's hurt too,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
But still your mentor and has walked that life, right?
Yes.
Knows what it's like to play guard to guard in the NFL.
Yep. Yeah.
Has that institutional knowledge, you might say.
Yeah, for sure. And getting to play that game with that Arizona game with him before he got injured, he's just a real calming presence because, he was playing that center spot before Steve got hurt. So I got Matthew behind me and then Jonah next to me. So if I ever made a mistake, they were going to correct me.
It's been said that the most important word in offensive line play is continuity. I don't know. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So here you are, maybe now a month in, time on task with a lot of the same guys. Why do you believe the best days are still ahead for the Rams offensive line?
Like you said, that word continuity is the biggest thing that offensive line can have. And now we've got a couple weeks under our belt, and we got another week to work together this week. And it's looking like we're going to have a couple more weeks to work together. So just building time and time again, just going through practice and all the game experience that we're going to have is just going to make us better. And I'm going to know what Logan's doing. Logan's going to know what I'm doing. Same with K-Dot, Rob, and AJ. So just stacking days on days, getting to know what those guys are doing, and just playing together.
It's like Olympic synchronized swimming, but out there on grass.
Yeah, 100%.
And you got someone trying to drown you
in
the process. What about your biggest individual area for growth? Where would you like to make strides coming back from this bye week?
Yeah, like I've kind of harped on is not making any mistakes where Matthew or Jonah has to correct me. Just being perfect and giving the offensive line confidence in me, knowing that I know what I'm talking about, and not having to take a little extra time maybe for Matthew to point out, hey, we're not going here, we're going there. So just that mental aspect of it.
So being on the screws schematically as opposed to anything 100%. Physically or an attribute there. Can we go through your background a little bit?
Let's do it.
Tell us about Tyler, Texas.
Tyler, Texas, greatest town on earth. About 100,000 people. Grew up there my entire life. Same house for 17 years until I moved up to Fayetteville. But yeah, great East Texas town there in the Piney Woods. 6A Texas high school football. So got to experience that and made a lot of lifelong friends along the way, and I definitely want to move back there. That's my home. So.
Legacy High School, right? I have that correct?
Yeah, that's it.
It's produced some NFL players that our audience might be familiar with. Matt Flynn, who used that incredible burst with the Packers in the 2011 season to catch on with Seattle, and then was ultimately the last guy before Russell Wilson up in the Pacific Northwest. And then Brandon Pettigrew, class of 04, I have written down. He's Matthew's guy from Detroit.
Yeah.
So another good connection there. You were a tackle back then as a prep?
Yep, tackle all 3 years.
And then moved to the interior by design at Arkansas, or how did that take place?
Yeah, so I take that back. My first year at Lee, or Legacy now, was a tight end. So I'd go in there on special 11 personnel packages. Back then we were spread, so I only came in sometimes. But yeah, I started as a tight end. I guess they like my blocking more than they like my catching, so moved me to tackle the next year. And then once I got to Arkansas, there's a couple of people that are a little taller than I was, so just slowly over the years, just kind of moved inside more and more. So
what were you like as a pass catcher?
I was 3 for 3, 75 yards my sophomore year. Yeah,
about.
So 100%.
All right, so they didn't have you in the spread sets, but
no,
they wanted
no.
someone in line to get a little heavy.
Some trick plays here and there. Yeah,
I like that. You led Arkansas eventually in snaps played for a couple of seasons, right?
Yeah.
22, 23, started over 40 games in the SEC, guard to guard. What did that experience mean to you as you've made this transition to the NFL?
Oh, no, that was everything. In the SEC, you're playing against the best of the best. That's why I wanted to go there, and it's every single week. And the coaching you get there, the competition you get to play against, the people that are behind you that are pushing you, to not lose your spot, that all led 100% all led me to being here today. So just getting that opportunity to play there just means the world, and that's definitely why I'm sitting here today.
Is it true that you thought about jumping to this level after the 22 campaign?
Yeah, I definitely thought long and hard about it, and I was very close to leaving, but I had some people on both sides kind of telling me which way to go, but ultimately me and my family are very strong in our faith, and so after several weeks of sitting down, having quiet time with myself, quiet time with my family as well, just felt like the Lord was telling me to stay an extra year, and so listen to that. That's what I did, even though I really did not want to. I really wanted to leave that year because I thought it was my time, but just felt the Lord telling me to stay put, and so that's what I did, and so far it's worked out. So
part of what I love about this show is to hear how different people's experiences are. For those of you who haven't caught Jordan Whittington's episode, like compare what Beaux just said to what Jordan told us a couple weeks back, what he was going through in that college NFL tension. Why were you anxious? What was it? The paycheck, the bright lights? Like what did you want to do at this level?
I think the biggest thing why I was so anxious to leave is because I felt like if I stayed and ended up getting injured or something happened, I didn't have the season that I wanted, that I would always regret not leaving and having that opportunity. But, at the end of the day, the Lord told me, I needed to stay, and so I had to trust that everything was going to work out, whether going to the NFL or not, how it was supposed to. So that's what I did. But, yeah, I really wanted to leave that 22-year really bad, but ended up staying.
I thought you might say because there was like another macro final in your future.
No, that was a whole nother thing. But no, I ended up only taking a class or two, and so that was fun.
As I understand it, as is so often the case with Rams draft picks, the Senior Bowl reps were like a big convincing factor for this front office. What do you remember about battling Texas's Devondre Sweat and how that put you in place to be a Ram?
Yeah, I knew going in that Sweat was the best defensive lineman. Obviously, he had won the Outland that year, and originally I was supposed to go to the Shrine Bowl. I was originally committed to that bowl a couple weeks before the Senior Bowl. I got an invite from Mr. Nagy to go to the Senior Bowl, and so called Mr. Galco, told him what the situation was. I was going to go to the Senior Bowl just because I felt like that was where the best competition was, and that's where I could really prove what I could do against all the scouts. And Sweat was definitely a target, if you would say. I was training with him at Exos, and so I was familiar with him, and I knew that everybody was looking at him. So I got to go against him. I stepped up every chance I could to go against him, and he obviously won some. I won some too, like you said, I feel like going against him being 3, whatever it was, definitely over 350, and me being 300. And showing to have success against him, I think that really helped me out. So.
All right, now we're talking pushing weight around. I like this direction because it's your strength.
Yeah.
Your max squat went viral, I think. 700 was it?
Yeah, 700.
Tell me about that. Like, what does it take to push that much weight?
Well, it's actually a funny story. I didn't know I was doing 700 until after the fact. So
someone threw an extra on?
Yeah, somebody threw an extra 30 pounds on there while I wasn't looking. I was going over there and getting some chalk from my hands, kind of getting myself hyped up. And strength coaches threw on an extra 30 pounds there, and so I didn't even know. But I'm glad they did because 700 sounds a lot better than 670. So
no kidding. But you're never going to try that again.
Like, never.
We're in a different place now.
Never
right?
again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about on the bench?
Threw up 475 on the bench while I was there,
which is the school record.
I don't know about that, but that's got to be kind of close.
I like that. And then you get to the combine, so that's light work for you, right? 39 reps, that's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
I've got it as 5 more than the second place finisher at the Underwear Olympics, as Les Snead likes to call it. Sound right?
Yeah.
You got Verse. He put up 31, which is good for an edge.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
How about Blake with 27?
Yeah.
For a back?
Yeah, unbelievable.
But where I really want to land is your vertical.
Yeah.
36 and a half?
36 and a half.
All right, not many 300-pounders doing 36 and a half.
Yeah.
Can you dunk?
Yes, can dunk, but try not to do it too often. Hurts the knees, so.
All right, who are you giving thanks to for those genes? Who's got ups in your family? That's impressive.
I don't know. My mom was kind of a track star. My dad was a power lifter, so, I don't know. I don't know where the hops come from.
Some internal competition with Dad in the childhood weight room? Is this like an Aaron Donald story we can dig into?
Yeah, ever since middle school, I've been working out with my dad. Actually, in order to get my first phone, I had an iPod until about 7th grade, and I had to bench 225 to get my first phone. So ended up benching 225 7th grade and got a phone.
I love that story. One, that you're doing it in 7th grade, but to upgrade from the iPod to the iPhone.
Yeah, I had the app where you can call. You got to watch videos to be able to get minutes to call people on the iPod. So I was done with that and I had to get 225 to get a phone. So.
What did Dad send your way when you did 475 then? I feel like that's got to be worth something.
No, after 225, there was no more incentives because he was scared, what that I'd break it, and he'd have to end up getting something expensive. So.
Just to kind of put a bow on that, Beau, you're, I think, one of the more valuable selections in the entire draft. Some of the entities that track such things said as much, because on some consensus big board, they had you 122 overall. You end up going almost 100 picks later to the Rams. I'm glad it worked out the way it did, but why did you fall? Any theory on that?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. You know, I guess I can think what I want to, but it really doesn't matter. You know, I fell here, and I truly do believe that this was the best place I could have possibly been to, just kind of how all the series of events have gone, and it's kind of all worked out in the way it is supposed to. And even before the draft, I was talking to my family. We were real nervous and everything, but you know, just my dad and my mom were just telling me, you know, everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. You know, the Lord has a plan for me, and wherever I go, it's going to work out the way that He wants it to. So ended up falling to 217 and came out here. Never been to LA before, so got on a plane out here, and yeah, everything so far has worked out really well. So I'm really happy with it.
You're telling me you love life in LA. You're a big beach goer?
Big beach goer, yeah. So love the sunshine, love the beach, and so yeah, every weekend going down to Malibu or you know, wherever it may be. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Here on Rams Revealed, it's now time for the wind down, brought to you by Sleep Number. Each week, Beau, we get insight into how sleep and recovery impacts performance in the NFL. So we've talked a lot about the mental part of playing center as a rookie in the National Football League, but how about the physical transition, like the routine of maintenance as you settle in as a pro for what's hopefully a 17-game season?
Yeah. No, it's definitely a lot more, I guess, taxing. You would say, with having 17 games instead of 12. You know, we just had our bye week after 5 games, and usually, you know, it's the middle of the season for college, and now we're, you know, 1/3, maybe not even the way done now. So yeah, recovery is a huge part of it. And I kind of wasn't taking it all that seriously until training camp came around, and we're in pads, you know, 3-4 days out of the week, and so I learned to love the training room real quick in training camp. So yeah, coming in every morning, getting the extra hour of treatment in the morning, extra 30 minutes after, even when you're not injured. So it's huge.
And the good news is you got a Sleep Number bed on the way now to help you get through the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Sleep Number is also the official crucial catch partner of the NFL. The 5-year survival rate for many cancers is over 90% when detected early. The Defender Quiz presented by Sleep Number can help assess your risk and provide lifestyle tips that are right for you. We invite you to take the quiz and learn more by visiting NFL.com/crucialcatch. That's NFL.com/crucialcatch. All right, Beau, let's finish with some fun ones and get you on to your day off.
Let's do it.
Which NFL center do you admire? Do you model yourself after? Would you like to meet? Anyone come to mind?
Well, I met him, but it's Frank Ragnow. We have the same agent. He's Arkansas boy. I'm an Arkansas boy too. So, you know, he's, in my opinion, the best in the business. And I got to meet him at the Detroit game. And yeah, he's actually the one who told JR8, my agent, kind of about me. You know, just watching Arkansas games. You know, tell him, hey, you know, look at this guy. So yeah, definitely look up to him and would love to be like him. Jonah actually says that I act the same as him.
That's
so
good.
Whether that's true or not, that's what Jonah says. He knows both of us. So
speaking of the Hogs, they just beat top 5 Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah, they did.
That was a huge win. You keep an eye on them still?
Oh yeah, watch every week.
You call the Hogs?
No, I do not call the Hogs.
Not for us on the show?
No,
not with the camera rolling?
No, I never call the Hogs. Yeah.
LSU next, Saturday in Fayetteville. That's another big one.
Yeah.
Beau, can you list your top 3 atmospheres in the SEC, having been around a couple of laps through that league?
Yeah, easy.
Easy?
Yeah, easy. Number one's Bama. Bama's definitely number one. I love playing in Bama every single year. Got to play there last year. Number 2 is Death Valley at night. That's another big one. And then 3, I got to play this place just during COVID, because we usually play at Jerry's World and AT&T. But it's Kyle Field at A&M. Grew up a huge A&M fan, love A&M, so getting to play there once. They didn't have everybody there, so it wasn't as electric. But loved the opportunity to play there, so those are top 3.
And now you bring Texas and Oklahoma in. I don't know if you saw any of that Red River game, but to see the SEC logo on that field was a little jarring.
Yeah, pretty weird, yeah.
We'll get used to it, as we do with all things college football. Beau is spelled, for those who don't know, Beau. U, right?
X.
X.
Yeah.
So you got some Cajun roots?
Cajun, yep.
Tell me about that.
Yep. Mom's side of the family's from South Louisiana. Still speak French at family reunions and all that. So yeah, my dad wanted something, a name that he could say quick and stern, and they came up with Beaux, and my mom's from Louisiana, so they added the EAUX on the end of it. So
the problem is it doubles for coaches who want to say it quick
Yeah,
and stern
yeah,
too, right? Your
exactly.
position coaches and football coaches along the way. So the Saints game must be a big one circled on your family's Thanksgiving week calendar,
Yep.
I bet, right?
Yep, both sides of the family. That's the closest home game that I have for all my family in Texas, and then obviously for all my South Louisiana family, they'll all be there.
Awesome.
So.
Hope that plays out for you. I was asking you before the show, like, what do you put on your Starbucks cups, or what do you catch back from Starbucks? And you said,
Well, I mean, I got the app, so it's pretty easy for them. The computer does it. And the reason I have the app is it's my rookie duty to buy all the vets coffee every single morning. So pretty expensive.
You got
but
star points.
Must be done. Oh, yeah. Unlimited. I just used them this weekend. I got like 5 or 6 free coffees.
While
so.
the family was in town.
Yeah.
Nicely
all of them,
done.
Yeah,
Very
they all got
strategic.
free coffee. Yeah.
Who's got the funniest order in the offensive line room?
I'd say K-Dot. K-Dot doesn't even get coffee. He just gets the refreshers. So I just think he likes to waste my money instead of actually get the coffee. So
While we're telling secrets, Maurice Jones-Drew does the exact same thing. On Sundays when I pick him up to go to SoFi Stadium, he always wants I think he's a pineapple guy. What's the other one?
K-Dot gets the dragon fruit.
The dragon
refresher.
fruit, yeah. I mean, MJD's going to love this clip because
Yeah.
that's right up his alley. And then when you're not playing football or going to the beach, your hobbies are?
Golfing and fishing.
Are you a better golfer or fisherman?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It depends on how much I've been playing golf. If I've been playing golf a lot, I'm definitely a better golfer. But if it's like now where I haven't played for 2 or 3 months, then I'd probably say better fisher.
Do you have a hole-in-one?
Don't have a hole in one.
Okay, so let me ask. Would you rather have, like, the catch of your career,
I already
right?
tell you it's a hole in one.
Okay. There's
Hole in
no
one.
fish in the sea that you would
No.
rather catch than...
Absolutely not.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotten close, gotten about 2 feet away a couple times, but never hole in one. So.
I just holed out from 138 when we were in Chicago. It made my season.
Yeah.
So
Maybe one day.
it doesn't
We'll see.
count, though. Like, there's nothing from the fairway that can equate to being on the tee.
Yeah. I don't know. I have seen one time some dude teed off, hit it in the water, very next
Nope.
tee, straight in. Do you count it or?
No. That's
don't
like you
know.
don't want. That's the danger of hitting mulligans
Yeah.
on par threes.
Yeah.
Is you don't want to burn it.
I don't know. I'm counting it. 100%.
You're writing it down. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, before I forget, we got a new tradition here on Rams Revealed. Our trainee fair is an incredible artist.
Oh, good Lord.
And so she greaseboard sketches every subject before he comes in. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
Take
I
a
wish
look
I
at
had
your
that
portrait.
full. Yeah, I wish I had that full of a beard, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, Steve showed me that. I guess they posted it on Instagram or something because Steve showed me this a little before, so I actually got a sneak peek. But he said it looks like me. I hope it does. It's a good drawing, but yeah, I don't know. The beard might not be as full, but
We
it's
do
good.
that to build anticipation for your visit,
Yeah,
right? To tease
yeah.
it on social media. Looking forward to everyone getting to know you better as I have both. Thank you for your time. Have a great off day. Enjoy the rest of your family stay and whatnot. And thanks to each and every one of you for joining us every week for Rams Revealed, presented by Sleep Number.